So let's talk about it from the absolute perspective, and then we'll move down from there. But the truth is that given that there are no people,
Mm.
then there is not a personal feeling that I should be more spiritual or not. That's the way it'll, it will be calculated or whatever, figured out that way by the mind. Um, that's what it'll feel like or look like. But the words "feel like" and "look like" are really critical, because we can say, it feels like, and pretty much whatever you say is going to come out as understandable and true. I mean, we understandable and we get it, which doesn't mean what you just said is true. It just means we get it, and like we're always understanding that everybody's hampered by language, although it is, without it we would be, you know, there wouldn't be a meeting like this, but there wouldn't be a meeting necessary either. So the the people coming and going, that's really just it's a feeling. It is a sensing, and it's an appearance. It's the illusion showing up as people coming in. It's the illusion showing up of people moving out. And when we talk about that, we don't really want to wake up. What we're talking about there is that, um, the feeling is, once you believe that you're a human being, the feeling is that the loss of that feeling is unmentionable. Just the idea that this feeling would disappear, it's unimaginable. So how will things be, after my death? I can remember reading a short story about kids doing that, about them trying to figure out what it would be like for everybody after they died, but they realize they can't actually know because it's not the experience. So, to go along from a relative standpoint, the reason that a people don't want to wake up is that they don't want to give up this feeling of the sense of, they don't want to give up the sense of being. And that's what it feels like, is that, if I wake up, what happens to Fred? And there's no Fred, so you needn't worry. But um, that's not the feeling. The feeling is that I'm a separate Fred, and if I wake up, I'm going to be giving up all of my free will. And but it's, you don't have any free will to give up. So it's recognition. Once it's recognized that there's no one, then the whole concept of free will, it just ceases to be an argument. It doesn't mean that it's not recurrent thinking. It will be. It's recurrent experiencing, but of what we call conditioning. But what we're talking about when we're talking about conditioning is that there is the story is being accepted again, that there's a Fred here. And then the moment that happens, there will be the spontaneous appearance of what we could call resistance. And it's resistance, period. It will show up as resistance to this, as resistance to you, as resistance to the other thing. But it's not. It's just resistance to giving up the sense of being. And we don't have to give it up because we don't have it.
Mm.
And so it's the sense of being the sense of being individual has to relinquish its grasp. And I know ways to encourage that through bodies. Um, why it, I mean, and I can tell you, I can write a book about why it works, but I don't really know. you know, how does any of this work? I mean, I can't imagine that this is right now, just if I want to just step back, so to speak, I can't imagine that this is all dreaming, including the thing saying, I can't imagine that this is all dreaming.